Well, here we are again. Just, admittedly, V-Bridge has been a little bit touch and go with regards to lag and whatnot, so things may be a little bit touchy here and there. Anyways, we're finally back, and unfortunately I haven't really had much time to really do much in terms of leveling or catching Pokemon, so we're basically carrying on where we left off. Fortunately, though, we, been having on my... Okay, so it's not just a me problem then. That's good to know, I suppose. Don't know what's going on. Me neither. Let's first and foremost, since we, I'm just wondering where we should tackle it first. It's just... The main issue is, in order to access the rest of my team, the rest of the team which I have appointed for this task, unfortunately, it essentially involves us getting down to the bottom half of the map. So, first and foremost, our first priority is getting the Poké-Flute, so guess we're doing that first. I'll be able to hear, but I can still look at the... Yes, definitely the game. That takes priority. I always thought this was a nice little detail. The fact that you could just print your team on the back of your card. I mean, obviously it's just a cosmetic thing, but just small personalized details like that I do kind of miss. Like, especially with something like how your trainer profile is in Scarlet and Violet, was just all about taking pictures of yourself and plastering it with all these wacky effects, and they don't allow you to just post your team on the back of the card. It's weird this never came back up. Anyways, you throw me off with some coins! Time to go get the free coin. What's up? Want some coin? Yes, I do want all. I want all the coins. Give me some money. Rare Pokemon can be exchanged for coins. Can't seem to win. It's only by luck, and depending on which slot machine you happens to be the correct one to sit at that day. Want to play? Okay, so I think you just start off with 50 coins. This place is run by Team Rocket. No, you don't say. With the giant rocket emblem in the back, it's like, I wonder who could possibly be running this establishment. It's a complete mystery. Yeah, I don't think we're going to necessarily be bothering too much with the game corner outside of, I really did enjoy that element scar, but I do feel if you're going to emphasize taking pictures while you're doing it, let me give Kevin more sounds and interact with Pokemon and other things to do things with his powers. It's worth it. God, this poster, go away or else. Why are you guarding this shabby-looking poster? This shabby-looking poster with a big Team Rocket emblem in front of it. It's like, what is the play here? I have to wonder. Also, I have a feeling you're supposed to tackle this before you do, Erica. It's just so weird. It's just... all of a sudden, we're fighting enemies like 20 levels below you. Ah, well, I mean, it just means free XP for the rest of my team. Assuming I can hit more than one Fury attack. Well, more than 2 Fury attacks. Let's give Cut a try. Mind you, Gen 2 level scaling? Yeah, I can definitely see it. I can definitely see it. I suppose it's mostly the case these are just supposed to be easy mooks at this point, who you just get all the EXP and stat experience off in order to be strong enough to tackle the Elite Four. But then again, considering I'm using traded Pokemon, I don't think I'm supposed to be at this level at this point. I'm fairly certain I'm supposed to be a little bit lower. Like I discovered, I better tell the boss. As he just teleports through the wall. How did he even do that? When he didn't even press the switch behind the poster. It's a complete mystery. Anyways, it's time for the Twitch Plays meme hell zone. Hope you're ready to get stuck on the spinny panels for the rest of time. I will admit, I only ever really played, / watched Twitch Plays Pokemon once, and it was in the Team Rocket hideout, and it was just endless hours of being stuck on those spinny tile puzzles. It must have been a nightmare to try and navigate. It must have just taken like 1,000 years. It's probably when all the prophecies and whatnot got written, isn't it? Just in the meantime, whilst stuck forever in the spiral maze, as the panels will show no mercy. Yeah. Yeah, that seems that seems about the size of it. Farfetch getting envious right now. It too wishes to get access to focus energy. Yep, door locked. Praise be unto Helix. You know, just thinking about what we're doing here in comparison to the later games, it is kind of astonishing just how low stakes these past gens 1 and 2 are. I think I already mentioned this previously, but it's just like you're going up against essentially mafia low-tier criminals as opposed to fighting gods and trying to stave off madmen that want to rebuild the world in their own image. Like twice, 3 times, like up to 6 times, depending on how many versions you played. Well, yeah, I don't think Team Galactic ever had a Pokemon body count. At least depending on who you ask. Oh, hey, we got Swords Dance. I'll happily take that over Fury Attack at this point, thank you very much. It's going to, like, one of the few things Farfetch'd actually has going for it. The ability to boost its attack at least once before dying. Some of a lot of other chums who try and do heinous things. I mean, I guess. I mean, I'm not sure if I'm too big a fan of what they did with, like, Team Aqua and Magma in, Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, where they tried to make them more sympathetic. Like, it's like, oh, we here just wanted to make the world a better place for Pokemon, are, whilst dooming the world and doing the world to an endless flood and presumably killing it, like, at least half the amount of Pokemon in it. I mean, sure, there's some that can afford to still be flying, or, you know, just half the Pokédex being basically underwater Pokemon. Also, you can see Ghost of the... that is very interesting. Why are they doling out this information to a 10-year-old? What could a 10-year-old possibly need with the Soul Skull? Also level 17? I feel so bad for this man. I'm just going to indulge in Nidoking's obsession with thrash metal for a while. Kind of feel bad for these guys. It's just... waltzing right into the thrashing zone. You're just feeding the thrash machine, you fellas. You're just feeding the thrash machine. I don't think much Silver Tail stuff as a kid is generally myself since like use the tail to fish and survive. Well, yeah, there is also that. Team Rocket is kind of just built differently in that respect. I feel it's something that people tend to forget because the face of Team Rocket is Jesse James and Meowth. It's like you got these 3 like chuckleheads who can barely do anything right, compared to the actual Team Rocket, which are evil, murdering psychopaths. It does sort of make you wonder how they even got it. I mean, yes, I did also watch that one particular I suppose it's a good thing to get onto here, Pokemon Chronicles. I'm not sure anybody remembers that. It's fan-made ritual about Pokemon. No, silly. Silly. But Jesse and James did occasionally possibly get to terrorism they blew up. I mean, to be fair, they did blow up things a fair bit. How did they get access to so much explosive ordnance, I have to wonder. Yeah, I think we've stumbled across another one of those little small issues where I keep forgetting, losing my train of thought. Trying to remember what I was thinking about before thinking about Jesse and James's explosive ordnance. The sound of chucking. Do you believe that just filling the budget quest is easier than dealing with them? I mean, I suppose. I mean, but how do you justify the budget of all the giant robots they ended up building? You know, this sort of thing that will make Dr. Robotnik look up and think, what the fluff are they doing? Really, just as big as belief. Just how were they able to modify, slash build giant robots like that just, like, every single episode, it's seemingly. I say, as I too, much like Twitch plays Pokemon, get caught in the spiral maze. Don't worry, I know how this actually goes. There we go, lovely jubbly. Let's see what's up here. Hello. We're just wandering through the dreaded maze of panels. Careful, you get caught in the spiral. Why did you come here? The plot demanded it. The plot demanded it. You got submarine, although pedal power just means probably had the legs like a kick, a graph like a soccer ball. I mean, especially trying to pedal that thing around the entirety of the Orange Islands. Just like, that is a workout routine. No, in the crossfire. Oh. Yeah, that brings back memories. Oh yeah, that reminds me what I was talking about. Pokemon Chronicles. I don't think anybody necessarily remembers that. I just remember getting all those, or at least a fair few of those episodes on DVD around the time I suppose was really sort of super getting into Pokemon with, you know, stuff like this game, Emerald, Gale of Darkness, sort of that sort of 2004, 2005 really. And I know it was supposed to be like an anthology series taking place. It's sort of like, I think the best comparison would be something like Archie's Sonic Universe, where you have all these episodes in the sort of anthology focusing on all the other characters aside from Ash and Co. Favorite Gen 1 Pokemon? That's a good question. That's a very good question. You know, me and my adult brain, I'm gonna have to remind myself a little bit. Probably Nidoking. Probably Nidoking. I have a lot of fond memories just blasting through a lot of the endgame with just Nidoking spamming thunders. That's not going to be happening this time around, though, just rest assured. I have other plans with regards to when we eventually get Thunder. Assuming we do get it. It may take a little bit. Anyways, more XP, more XP. Nidoking is OP in the original Gen 1 games. Oh yeah, I'm aware, I'm aware. You know, you just hit him, get Horn Drill, just load him up full of X accuracies and go to town. I mean, then again, I imagine you'd have to have a fair few ethers saved up in order to do that. I'm guessing, because I'm fairly certain Horn Drill has, like, basically no PP is associated with it, like 5 or something. The amount of one-hit KO moves were like 10 PP. And then again, there's also like, I can't remember if there's PP ups in Gen 1. I don't think there are. Acting like a maniac, Whiplash. Is this a Nuzlocke? Yeah, it's just a normal run. It's just a normal run, but the novelty... I say normal, it's more so novelty in that I'm only allowing myself to use traded Pokemon. So we got Farfetch, we got Mr. Mime, and we got that one Nidoran, which you can get outside Cerulean City. Unfortunately, as a result, we only have access to half the team at this point, so it's going to be interesting taking a lot of time off to try and level the other half. I'm fairly certain you can just Jinx trade. Yes, Jinx is a Trademon. There's also a fair few others which I felt obligated to put on. Or at least one more I felt obligated to put on. How many fingers am I holding up? 2? Is it 2? Knowing you, it probably is. I'm just trying to think. It has been a long would be clutch for the 3 of the Elite Four. Oh, definitely. I am most certainly aware of that, but I do definitely want to give the rest of the team a fair shakedown. You know, when we eventually get all of them, so... I want to at least try using Farfetch'd against Bruno at the very least. Well, you know, maybe just against some of Agatha's tier, just to fend off the ghost types. You know, I just think that would be pretty fun. Ooh, frustration. It's me playing Final Fantasy X. I feel as though... Oh, rare candy. That's good. That's definitely going to be useful when we get the rest of the team. I was going to say, that's would make it... I feel as though I've been putting off a sort of Final Fantasy X debriefing as to work, because I think it goes to... Forgot about the trade Electrode. Yeah, Electrode is also on the table. Rest assured, I do have the entire team planned out. The main sort of contentious point for me was figuring out who my last one was going to be. Because I know there's Electrode is definitely a good option in quotes. It's certainly an option. It's, you know, it comes with explosion. You give it Thunderbolt. You give it. I forget. Can you get Defense Curl on Voltorb / Electrode? I know you get Rollout. You're playing on Switch 2. I'm playing the Switch version. I do have the original GBA version, but for some reason I felt inclined to get this one as well. I guess just nostalgia pangs, as it were. Because again, I feel this was the sort of one Pokemon game where everything sort of clicked with me. You know, I had a better understanding of the series after Ruby Sapphire. I'd read, I've watched some Pokemon Chronicles. I'd played a couple more of the games, you know, Sapphire and Colosseum. You know, I'd read a little bit of the manga as well, though technically speaking, I only had like one issue of the manga, which was the one where Red gets Pikachu and somehow uses it to defeat Brock. I mean, at the very least, there's a little bit more justification in that, because Red has a Bulbasaur and a Poliwhirl, so... Ooh, black glasses. Unfortunately, I don't have King Gambit, so, I don't think I have anything... Brock cannot catch a break. No, he doesn't. If you don't let you move, Electro learns his Spark. Yeah, that is a shame. I mean, I do have Shockwave still. I decided not to teach that to Nidoking just yet. Yeah, this is what we're working with. I opted not to go for Tuna moves as well, so we're just stuck with Rock Tomb for the foreseeable future. Electrode learn all the Elemental Punch moves. I mean, maybe in Gold and Silver, I don't know. That just seems very, very strange and unusual behavior. Anyways. Getting an awful lot of TMs down here. Again, this really feels like a design holdover from Gen 1, where they're just casually just a whole bunch of items scattered around here, not in Gen 3. Yeah, I figured it was in Gen 3. Oh, it doesn't work. Who has the lift key? I wonder who could possibly have it, since you're the first person who's mentioned it. Only one way to find out, I suppose. I'll be honest, I keep getting tripped up by coughing, because I keep thinking that it has Levitate, which I'm fairly certain is the case. Oh. Okay, then be that way. I mean, to be fair, this is back when Self-Destruct actually was a useful move. You know, that's one thing which always sort of confused me with regards to Gen 4. You know, we have these two moves which essentially do the same thing, but, one is just slightly less powerful than the other one. I am sort of wondering why they never made Explosion a special move, and then just bumped up Self-Destruct to basically take Explosion's place. I mean, I know when it comes to Gen 4, at the very least that would have been insanely overpowered, especially on Azelf, but, you know, I feel that special attackers have the right to go boom as well. Drop the lift key! No! There we go, lift key. And unfortunately, since this isn't Gen 1, well, fortunately, depending on how you look at it, it doesn't take up my singular item category, so we can just stay here at the bottom of the bag for the rest of the time. It doesn't have to go in the PC once this dungeon is over with. Even in Gen 9, Self-Destructing Explosion are both physical. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I know in Legends Arceus, at the very least, they introduced Chloroblast with Hisuian Electrode, but I don't think anybody else gets it, which is kind of a shame. I dropped the lift key and I could do nothing about it. It would sure suck if you picked it up. I do gotta wonder if that guy's just like like a plant or something. It's like, surely he would have done something to stop me from ruining their entire operation down here. Like, surely. Surely this... He cannot be that inept. And then again, this is the organization which hired Jesse and James, so, maybe. You never know. Here it is. I knew that the lift key would take me down. Let's go upstairs first. I want to see, you know, get some more experience, get some more items if I can. Did I actually pack any revives? I forgot. Let's have a look-see. Yes, I packed a revive. Alright, wakey, wakey, Farfetch. You're not done yet. On your feet. We are not leaving! You lost them. This seems like a sort of odd connotation, because I don't think this is the only time in the game your character is referred to as a little mouse. Now I'm just sort of imagining Moushly, but it's Leaf. From Moushly from Resident Evil 4 Remake. Now available on all HD consoles. Not sponsored, by the way. Alright, that's just fine with me. You just wasted a move, because now I can do this. You're a little ratat, ain't ya? Yeah, it is interesting as well, now that you mentioned it. The fact that this is still back in the time where actual animals did exist in Pokemon. Like, you got that one Pokemon episode where the Ghastly turns into a mongoose. You got Raichu's Pokedex entry mentioning the Indian elephant. This means that... I mean, you never know. You never know. I'm sure that has been tossed around occasionally. Well, either that or Nidoking. You know, just going with the sort of purple fit. Because Lopunnies aren't purple, don't you know? They aren't purple, so how would that work? James referencing the FBI. That... Pokedex entry refers to the Coparagina. Yeah, I am led to assume. I think that was changed in Legends Arceus, I believe. Well, early starting from that. So... I mean... What could this machine possibly be? Better not mess around with it. Very first episode has a regular birds outside Ash's window. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that is the case. That is the case, though. The whole FEI thing... That seems so unhinged that I am led to, or so inclined to believe that is actually the case, because I know that the Pokemon anime back in the day could be very unhinged in its dub. Like with that one Andy Warhol joke in the Johto arc. If it worked for Andy Warhol, why can't it work for us? Watching all the clips last night. You mean of James wanting to send Jessie back to the Dark Ages where she belongs? I mean, you can definitely tell there's some built-up frustration there, can't you? I'll say it before I'll say it again, James is the most relatable character in the entire series. Or at least when it comes to the anime. I kinda wish that we got a whole series just focused around him as the protagonist. You know, just having relatable problems. I wanted you to get to the Pokemon, you're just a Robin that has to deal with Spearow. Flopping Academy Purple says who? Well, I don't know, pal. So a bunch of segments for Sonic Boom, good lord, I was dying. Yeah, I'm aware that, oh. Yeah, I'm aware that, there are quite a few people who are big fans of Sonic Boom's humor. Admittedly, I can never really get on board with Sonic Boom's humor, mostly just because in the back of my mind I kept thinking this is not something I want from the Sonic series. I don't think anybody actually asked for this. Which, I mean, to be fair, is sort of the case for a lot of the series. Come on, Mr. Mime. It's time for you to prove your worth over Alakazam in the fact that you're actually obtainable. That's the spirit. You build like a Russian strongman, it's weird. Yeah. I mean, I remember back when, Sonic Boom was first being announced, not necessarily having an issue with the designs. It's like, you know, it's a different take on the designs. Let's just give it a chance, and then it turned out the Rise of Lyric was like horrible, so I just sort of cast that off entirely. Just like, oh no, I'm not having another 06 episode again. You're on your own here, Sonic Boom. But I suppose with regards to Eggman in that it's a representative of Sonic series, so any fans that get into it have like 0 outlets ago, and it's very similar. Yeah. That about sums it up. It's just it's one of those things where it just really isn't representative of Sonic at all, much like Frontiers. Just gotta get that little jab in there somehow. Because I've been thinking about that a fair bit. Oh, we get recycle, we get access to infinite item glitch. I'll just hold off on that for now. I know, it feels like, especially after I recently streamed Frontiers on the channel, I feel my thoughts on it have generally turned to the negative. Because I feel it's similar to Colors, where it was alright at the time. I mean, to be fair, Colors has aged better than Frontiers by a considerable margin, but I think you know what I mean. I think most people accept it as being acceptable at the time, given where the series was. It's a matter of just context, but in comparison to later stuff like Shad Gen, for instance, you can definitely sort of tell it's really aged worse. Anyways, it's time to deal with the Italians.
So I must say I'm impressed you got here. Team Rocket captures Pokemon roam around the world. The important tools for keeping our criminal enterprise going. I'm the leader, Giovanni. For insolence, you will feel a world of pain.
Obviously, when I'm doing Giovanni's voice, I have to do the funny hand thing. It's like you can definitely tell that he was never called Giovanni in Japanese because he never did the hand gesture. I can hear his hands moving. That's the point. That's the point. Anyways, I do find it kind of funny that Brock's ace is just Giovanni's lead. Brock can just not catch a break in this game. Also, I do find it. I'm guessing that they were really just going for more sort of the red and blue purism here, because I don't think he has Persian in this game. I don't think he has Persian. Which is ironically enough at this point it's just become synonymous with Giovanni. Alright, you're in for it now. You're in for it now. Catch me if you can. Try and block this! I do quite like how imposing Kangaskhan looks in the older games. It actually makes it seem like a powerful Pokemon, unlike nowadays, where you have no reason to use it outside of using its Mega Evolution. Almost. Oh, and the crit as well! Farfetch coming in with the clutch. At this point, we may as well just replace that Leek with an Ubersaw. No, ready for a trainer battle. Aww. Thanks, Val. Much appreciated. Anyways, it's time for Ace versus Ace, Power versus Power. It's time for the Heavyweight Championships as I, just peace out, I suppose. Just making holes in his floor. Again, I can't help but wonder whether ground-type moves in the actual Pokemon world would just be outlawed due to just how much infrastructural damage they cause. Like, I think a good example of this was going up against Zygarde in Legend Zard, whilst inside, that one Hotel Richissimi, I think it was. Just inside a building, you just have Zygarde, 50% power, just popping off all these powerful ground-type attacks, and I just can't help but thinking, surely by the end of this, the building is just going to collapse in on itself. Someone said he leap, I didn't receive them I just for a senseless one and screams, Mamma mia!
What? This can't be.
Looks like he's holding a Master Ball as well, I just realized.
I see you raise your Pokemon with utmost care. A child like you would never understand what I hope to achieve. You gotta turn that mindset into a grind set, kid. I'll step aside this time. Hope we can meet again.
You can't dig here, there's a power, and so all of Lumia's has lost power for decades. Oh, just when it was struggling financially because Lysander decided to fire off a doomsday weapon. There we go, got the Silph Soak. Flicks the lights on and off and runs away. Yeah, how does everybody do that, by the way? They just fade the screen to black and it's just gone. I wish I could do that, along with the power to skip dialogue. Because those two abilities would just be so useful to me. You know, just generally speaking. Anyways. Oh no. The carpet at the game corner is all sticky. I am not allowed to use my running shoes in here by any means. Anyways, we're done with that. Gamble. No, we're not gonna go gambling this time. Okay, maybe we'll gamble a little. If you're so inclined, obviously I have no idea as to the methodology as to which slot machine to pick. So I'm just gonna pick a random one and we'll just do it. I'm kind of surprised they I mean, I suppose, given the nature of this game, they couldn't just remove this like they did in Oras. Anyways, let's go get someone's keys. Slot machine. Let's go gambling! Smiley face. Yay, the children are happy to gamble. You can see it when they're playing all their favorite gacha games. Anyways, the floor is magnetically charged. Alright, let's go gambling! Aw, dang it. Aw, dang it. Aw, dang it. In Shakespeare, it makes you lethargic. I mean, that would explain why so many old people go to the casinos. Oh. Aw, dang it. Aw, dang it. I can't stop winning. See, we're gonna make all our money back. We spent like 20 coins and got 4 back. It's definitely worth it, you guys. Aw, dang it. I mean, clearly this is just the wrong machine. Big wins. Aw, dang it. The chips are like Voltorbs. Yeah, it is kind of funny that in Hot Gold Soul Silver they basically just replaced with Minesweeper. Aw, dang it. I mean, clearly there's just something wrong with this confounded machine. It's broken. Oh. Wow. I wasn't actually expecting to get 777. What the fluff? This is not how it's supposed to go. Look at how much profit we made. I can't stop winning. Aw, dang it. I'm not sure if these actually have like a fever mode like in Dragon Quest. I'm fairly certain the ones in Ruby Sapphire do. I can't stop winning.
I can't stop winning. I can't stop winning.
Remember, kids, real slot machines do not actually do this. They are definitely a lot more stingy than this. I suppose in a way this does sort of remind me of the arcade experience over here, where you just have all sorts of crane games where you get, well, crane games / claw machines where they basically nail all the good prizes down or just have them out of reach. Real slot machines have better visuals. I mean, yeah. I mean, clearly you haven't tried the ones in Dragon Quest XI, though. Yeah. It feels like it's just refusing to let me go below 330 at this point. You must sound like Silver, so imagine Silver trying to turn something straight. I mean, wouldn't have. Only said that no life in slots in the casino. I mean, it wasn't exactly intentional, but I can definitely see the vision. This is what Soul was getting up to whilst he was in Casino Forest and Forces on the way to fight Infinite. It's like, Silver, gambling is an unhealthy addiction, you must stop.
Does anyone but you believe your lies?
I can definitely see the vision. Oh, dang it. Oh. Oh, dang it. Alright, I think we're gonna go for one more spin and then we'll leave. Otherwise, we're just gonna be for how? It's just trying to help Silver out. Yeah. And then nobody gave him the time of day. Oh, baby! Comes from the future. You're gonna think this.
You know most people stop before they hit it big.
Like baseball, football, I mean horse races. Now I'm just imagining Silver just spending like several hours in front of like a soda machine, just drinking like 5,000 cans of nondescript fizzy drink until the game crashes. He sprung to the game to death. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave it for now. We're just gonna be all evening. With drink monster mixed with Red Bull. I'm fairly certain that's just the recipe for brain implosion energy, I'm pretty sure. 10,000 grams of pure caffeine! I suppose I'm speaking of caffeine as we go through here. Oh, that tea looks awfully tasty. Can I have this drink, gee, thanks. Glug, glug, glug. Go. You wanna go to Saffron City? You can go through. I'll share with you the other gods. Everyone quits right before they hit it big.
Please have these little bottles to give you 5 hours of energy.
It's not a drink. It's more like a drink. Whoa. So yeah, speaking of caffeine, today I actually opted to switch back to drinking tea. Unfortunately, it is PG chips and not PG tips, not Yorkshire tea. But even so, it's strange. It's like drinking that, I almost feel like my old self again. As opposed to just waking up, being extra energized for like 5 minutes, then spending the rest of the day feeling as though I'm just scraping my face along the pavement. Obviously, I'm gonna need to talk to this guy. Wait, don't say a word. I wanted this. This is going to be very useful later. You already know, don't you? TM29 is psychic. It's attack when you also load the target special stats. I see they didn't change this dialogue from Fire Red to Leaf Green because it only lowers special defense. Like drinking before, but the tea is probably better than the soda. I was drinking coffee. Pokemon Trainer Fan Club. Many trainers have scribbled their names on the sign. I think trainers are also cool in the battle. Don't you think so too? Brock's the last one on Cool in the store. Now there's a guy I want to be like. Always get rid of our fans, but why they look about? There's a picture of coolness. Perhaps you'll be talked about too if you keep winning. There's nobody here. I suppose this is a fun little detail to sort of go back to as you progress through the game. This report about recently things. I never actually. I have been curious about trying gamer subs, but I've never actually done so. You know what? Since we're here, we may as well try out the fighting dojo. You know. Looks like free XP, and basically all my team is good against fighting, so may as well. The station on the sign that reads, Felicify is you decide not to read the rest of the message. Oh, bringing up some oldies but goldies. Anyways, it's time to humble the poor fighting dojo. You know, the fact that the fighting dojo is here just sort of gives off the feeling that even back in Gen 1, they just sort of knew that fighting types sucked. Well, not so much it sucked, it just completely rolled over and died in the face of psychic types. Like powder to the drink mix is always a little bit of grit. Oh, I see. Mr. Mime is on a rampage! You will... You... Yeah, I'm just imagining just them firing off one side beam and the entire dojo just explodes. Just like imaginary power side beam. Like, bang! That red on Mr. Mime's face isn't makeup. Oh, so he's basically turned into the clown from it at this point, I see. So that's what we're going for.
They all float down here, primate. They all float!
I know, just that one, just... It feels so what Mr. Mime doing here to come to those martial arts that physically psychically defeat their enemies totally rebel. Oh, really? Is that what Steven Seagal has been learning? Is that the secret technique to Aikido? You know, Aikido, which is an actual sort of real martial art, not fake in the slightest. It definitely seems like something Steven Seagal would pick up. It's just like, I can kill enemies with my mind. And then people, for some reason, just believe him. Like, even the Venusians apparently got into believe Steven Seagal, because they apparently picked up Aikido as well. I mean, granted, it's a fair bit different, but, still. The Eyes of Death Heart move. Yeah, that definitely seems like something that would be part of Venusian Aikido. Not that anybody knows what that is except me, because I'm old. Okay, we're actually fighting enemies which are on par with me at the moment. Maybe I shouldn't come back here at a later point, but nah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'll just casually make this primate explode with my bird body.
With the power of smarts, I completely obliterate you.
Or, you know, just using a knife. That also works. The primate was cake this entire time. Stubbed fingers? Ow. How did you stub your fingers? Take your shoes off. There was no sign to saying to take my shoes off, man. And I suppose on a similar subject, it is quite interesting going back and looking at this game, which is basically supposed to be an equivalent of Japan in the 90s, compared to Yakuza, which is Japan in the late 80s, and just seeing, like, the difference. I mean, for instance, Celadon and Saffron are a lot cleaner by comparison. Take your shoe. That's just being formal. That's just being formal in their eyes. They don't mean anything about it. And there's nothing suspicious in their eyes about a 10-year-old girl taking off her shoes. And here comes the Farfetch with the steel leak. On a steel leak, we write. Yeah, I can hardly wait at this point for Farfetch to just become the unsung hero of this entire playthrough. You know, even if I have to force that to be the case. Gosh, this Leek is actually a scabber for a Tanto. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, especially given how Galarian Farfetch looks, with basically the Leek equivalent of Guts' giant sword. It's the Kagurabachi pose somehow. Soaring through the tires and it comes an angry go. Yeah. I remember. I give up, you win. I am no match against a bird with a sword. Alright, let's get Nidoking some experience real quick. Let's give Nidoking some experience. I'm the karate master, I'm the leader here. You should challenge us, expect no mercy. Alright, let's see what you got. Okay, he's just going for the two Hitmons. I'm interested to see what these guys' names are in Japanese, because I don't necessarily remember. I know that they're supposed to be based on Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan. You know, Jackie Chan from Dragon Ball. I wonder what happened to that guy. Okay, so Sawamura and Ebiwala. That was it. That was it. I'm just gonna... Oh yeah, I have Peck, don't I? I have Peck, so you don't have a prayer. Yeah, you can foresight me as much as you like. Your future sight isn't gonna stop you from this! Yesterday it also made me wear the Amazon lyric card, but a Mega Evolution card. Oh yeah, that's basically... That is like the most relatable Pokemon thing I've seen in a long time. Just, you know, seems so relatable to a lot of older fans where, you know, like most people, they went into the Pokemon meat grinder striving to be the very best and nobody ever was, only to get completely trounced by some younger and more sort of hyped up talent. And then forced to give up their dream to go into the 9-to-5 grind. It's kind of tragic. But we still have Gardevoir, and that's what matters. It's about the connections you made along the way. You know, what connections you did actually make. You did make some connections, didn't you? Sure hope you did. Otherwise, this is going to be really awkward. Yeah, I reckon at this point, we're actually well on our way for me to finally... Connections, huh? Stays looking across the roof. I'm gonna be a Pokemon Master, and then Ash gets trounced by low-level competitive leaves. This Pokemon... Yeah, it's good to see you too, Pexay. We're just about to get... Well, fitting that you join us for the fighting dojo. Indeed, I have lost, but I beseech you not to take our emblem as your trophy. Instead, I will give you a prize fighting Pokemon. Okay, so... Decisions. That is a lot of money, I'm just realizing. How fitting, yeah. Just trying to remember which one I need to go for, so... Hitmonchan or Hitmonlee? I'm gonna go Hitmonlee, because that's the one I went with as a kid. That, and it's the better one. We're not gonna use it, obviously. Stay in training the karate with us. Enemies on every side! But, I thought there were heroes on both sides. Evil is everywhere. Heroes on both sides. What? Everybody's just here in here, just tired and scared. Growth rate, wouldn't this be nice? The Elite 4 came and Storm Team Rocket. Well, it's time for the Elite 5th to step in. It's a victim of its own fame and attract Team Rocket. Okay. Just gonna put him only in the box. I doom you to the drawer of purgatory along with Vaporeon. Into the drawer of purgatory! Alright, now we're done with that. Let's mosey our way back to Pokemon Tower. With the new bike that we finally have. Here I come, San Francisco! I had to get at least one of those in. Full heal can heal all ailments such as burns, paralysis, poison, freezing, and sleep. It costs a bit more, but it's more convenient than buying any other items. There's a cure confusion, though. That's what I want to wonder. Girona. Girona! Okay, I think we'll just cut through the same way we did last time. I want to save a lot of these trainers for EXP trading the rest of my team. Girona's Mr. Mind punches a Mankey at the low orbit. Or at least it would if it still had access to something like Ice Punch. I suppose in the meantime, they'll just have to be Nidoking with Peck. Anyways, it's time to finally go into the Pokemon Tower. Is there a ghost? No. I guess not. That white hand on your shoulder. I'm just imagining it. I can't believe it. Leaf is about to be buried alive. That's right, we were never playing Pokemon Leaf Green after all. We were playing the remake of Pokemon Creepy Black. Ooh. It's a shame I wasn't playing this at Halloween, otherwise I would actually There might actually be some greens there. I believe that is a youngkin. I mean, it does exist in some form of capacity, in terms of ROM hacks, at the very least. Anyways. I came to pray for my dearly the fairy. I'm awash with tears. Here comes to pay respects. Bless your Pokemon-loving heart, girl. A boy, actually. My Growlithe, why did you die? Yeah, this kind of fluffed me up as a kid. This is like my first instance of actually acknowledging, oh yeah, Pokemon can just straight up die. For some reason, that never crossed my mind climbing up Mount Pyre. One of the nice gym leaders just bed drowned as a crunch down PNG sprites. Amazing. He's just here to tell me, Leaf, you actually changed! Also believe Lavender Town music theory? Really? I mean, I listened to it, and whilst it was kind of grating on the airs, I didn't necessarily feel any more sort of self-deleting. Doesn't help in modern Pokemon we have millennia-old Lucario. Oh yeah, just trapped in a stick for all eternity. It was erected in memory of Pokemon that died. I have a Chandler, that spirit's up to mischief. I sense them high in the tower. Alright, it's time to finally fight, Gary again. And his lack of Eradicate. Read them on growing up and always remember that one scene from the zombie Pokemon here. And no eyes can oh yeah, there was zombie Pokemon here. Again, it has been a while since I read the manga, so, it's nice being reminded of that sort of thing. Time to interrupt Gary's funeral. Hello.
Hey, Stan, what brings you here? Is your Pokemon dead? Hey, it's alive. I can at least make him faint. Let's go.
Hey, Chuckle Fluff, let's Pokemon about. Gary is actively crying. I don't know, he seems pretty chipper for, someone whose Raticate supposedly just died. Oh, you are about to have a very bad day, sir. Yeah, I have a feeling that as soon as we get to his rematch in Silphco, I'm basically just going to be nay-naying all over him with Nidoking. Just like you weren't ready for you. Once again, you are not ready for the Rock Tomb. Or the Thrash Machine. Okay, you're a little bit prepared for the Thrash Machine. But not prepared enough. Crash! Adrenaline, it starts to flow. I mean, to be fair, I do kind of oh no, Kadabra just got atomized. I was about to say, it is kind of a shame coming back to this from Power World, where there's actually sort of, costumes you can put on your Pokemon, because this would be a perfect opportunity to just put a duck's head on Nidoking. It's like, your Nidoking sucks ass. Are you okay with this?
Hey, has anyone ever told you that Nidoking sucks ass?
Alright, it's time to... Look, you know what, it's time for Farfetch. Let's have Farfetch go up against the Gyarados. This ought to be fun. Oh, you have your own Thrash Machine, huh? I'm just gonna set up in front of you. Help you... You are going to lose IVs. You just created cringe. I've heard that. Oh, so he got confused anyway. That's just oh, best possible scenario. I say just as I miss anyway. Fly is such a reliable move. It's a wonder why more people don't use it. I mean, I know they did in Gen 7, but that's for different reasons. This evolution sucks, you're gonna lose points. I mean, I suppose with regards to Ducks, we still have Farfetch. Also, this is probably not the matchup you were expecting, huh, Gary? Imagine your ace just getting one-shot by a Farfetch. That has to be embarrassing. There we go, level 35. It's going to be awkward if we do, and...
What, you stinker? I took it easy on you, too.
That was taking it easy, huh? Gyarados uses Flash. What do you mean I don't believe in Arceus? I talk to him every day. Just got cut in half like a tree log? Yeah! And this is before we get slashed. How's your Pokedex coming? I just caught a Carbone. I can't find the bigger Marowak, but where could they be? I bet there aren't any left. Oh, that's nice, just making light about this, the massacre that just happened. Real considerate, Gary.
Well, I better get going. I got a lot to accomplish, unlike you. Smell you later.
Okay. It's kind of surprising that I never said that in the anime, honestly. You'd think he would. Yeah, he thinks he's so cool and edgy, trying to be inconsiderate about Pokemon's feelings like that when he just comes across as an inconsiderate bastard. Wow, at this point we may as well be playing Pokemon Blue version with my language this time around. I guess the T just hit differently. Anyways, it's time to go and visit the dead. It's gloves off today stream. Yeah, this is like after the Oxus stream yesterday. It feels good to be back. What have you got to say?
Even we could not identify the wayward ghosts. A Silph might be able to unmask them.
See you later, Dork. Just takes distraction without sniff before leaving. It's just like you wait a second and you just hear him just sobbing loudly from below the other floor. Just like that scene in Red Dwarf. Miss the lore piece when you enter dungeons in these games. Yeah, I kind of miss those too, though I feel as though this was the only game that really did that. I think Emerald might have done it. At least in some instances. Oh, hello. They're just saying hello, it's nice to meet you. His name is Ho. That's adorable. Anyways, I'm going to I can't beat you to death. I'm just gonna throw rocks at you. That ought to do it. I had to drink a whole bottle of Windex that he found under the kitchen sink. Oh, so that's what happened to Carrie's Raticate. The other molecule you just whatever you just did. Oh, that's gonna look so good on the replay, I can sure. Also, Hot Gold Soul Silver having them. Oh yeah, again, it has been a little while since I played Hot Gold Soul Silver.
Begone, malevolent spirits.
I'm just thinking at this point, with how long these Pokemon playthroughs tend to go, I'm thinking that with how I'm sort of in the process of reconsidering how I do streamings, that Pokemon is still probably going to be a mainstay on the channel. You know, at least one thing I play on a regular basis. Because, you know, they're regularly chill, and I can still make my jokes and just... and I can still make my my dumb accusations and comments about the olden days. Pokemon and Sega. Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't sure whether I wanted to get onto this on stream or not. Since we're here, I may as well come on and say, oh. We're getting to the point already where Nightshade basically does no damage. Yeah, probably going to reconsider how I do streaming from here on out. Probably just going to cut it back to 3 days instead of 4. And just try to be a little bit more open as to what I want to stream. So who knows? There may be days where I stream 2 Pokemon games at once. Walking into us humans and screaming, "Nightmare, nightmare, nightmare!" while we know King throws rocks. This has to definitely be an odd visual.
What am I doing?
I also find it kind of weird the channelers seem to have their elbows just sort of pointed the wrong way. It looks like their elbows are just straight up broken.
Sorry, I was possessed.
Oh, so that's what that was. Unfortunately, unlike the anime, I don't have a crucifix on me, so I'm kind of boned.
Be cursed with me.
Admittedly, it also is kind of fun doing voiceover like that.
The trip ends here.
So I just say, oh, I can't beat you to death, I'm just gonna throw a rock. Yeah, basically. Yeah, I can't use the thrash machine on them, so I'm gonna have to throw rocks. Also, we are already getting up to the point where Nidoking is on level with a freshly evolved Charizard. He's probably gonna have to go in the back for a little bit. I see his 16:9 layout gives the game too tall for the B layout. You know what? Now that you mention it, let's give it a try, shall we? Let's give it a try. It's just, with regards to how it's set up, it's a little bit awkward. Because I was considering using the 4:3 aspect ratio for this one, but let's just see how it looks. Let's just see how it looks as we go bing. And I suppose, to be fair, that doesn't look too bad. It's just that a fair bit of the screen does get kind of cut off. Just noticed the layout had a little lettering on it, and it's a TV screen. Alright, so you reckon that looks better? That looks better? Alright, I guess we'll keep it in the 4:3 then. You know, in keeping with the direction. You know what I'm gonna have to do now, right? You know what I'm gonna have to do. You brought this upon yourselves. You brought this upon yourselves. Let's see, color correction. You know what I'm gonna have to do. If Fitness will cooperate. There we go. Zack Snyder's Pokemon Leaf Green. Let's look like a bit retro Sony TV. So, yeah. It's cute. I like it. I like it a lot. Anyways. Found one single elixir. The director's vision.
It please me not.
The red shirts are coming. Ooh, the red shirts are coming. Yeah, noticing that the text box gets a little bit cut off here. It's not the most noticeable, I feel, but it's more noticeable on my end at the very least. From being thrown at 16% speed for no percent reason whatsoever. That and just a lot of gratuitous shots of wheat for no particular reason. There we go, there we go. I think it also looks good with the filter on it as well. Just really sort of brings it back to the sort of 2004 feel. It's like, where does wheat fit into Pokemon? I don't know. No, let's switch it to Mr. Mime for a little bit. Mr. Mime's been sitting out for a while and could probably use... Oh. And of course I get confused because this game hates me. It's like, I wonder how many turns I'm going to be stuck here, hitting myself in confusion. None. Parsha uses Flange, just starts playing time in a bottle. Amazing. I mean, I feel that would only make sense as soon as it learns agility, though. Recently made a prison material that works the well, so the game. Yeah, I think it turned out quite well. Okay, let's have a look. See, we can't determine the identity of the ghosts. That's funny. I haven't come across a single ghost in here. Maybe they all just ran off. I ain't afraid of them. I ain't afraid of no ghost. Oh, there we go. We finally found a ghost, and it's Ghastly. Level 16 as well. So, you know, let's see what a peck does to it. Wow. Freaky ghost man. Like, I feel as though there's so many ghost jokes I can make here about spooky spaghetti. And the only needs is a checks chat fading out near the top since again. Run over the bunny chat outfit. Okay. Oh, I actually found a Haunter. Nice. Obviously, I won't be able to evolve it, but I feel as though you hardly ever run into Haunters in this area. So I'm just going to spend a fair bit trying to catch. Haunter is here. Yes. Haunter has reported to the floor. You're taking too long. You are going to be spooked in the dark. It's like, if you just replace this with the Jackenstein fame, all of a sudden this place becomes significantly less scary. There we go. You're long. And then Haunter just goes to the back. We'll get an Awakening, which is going to become useless in a bit. I think. I am not 100% certain as to whether the Pokeflute actually works outside of battle. Haunter that is orange with Jackenstein Punk will make me very happy. Dark Zone will go so well. I mean, I certainly imagine. I mean, I know that Flower Man would go really well with Black and White too. Ghost, no! Until she stopped being cowards and do multiple colored shine. I mean, that, or at the very least, I would appreciate them adding just general Pokemon customization like in Unite. It's like they already have a whole bunch of models they can use for some of the Pokemon at the very least, so it's not that they have much of an excuse. This is like something I've been thinking about for like years at this point. Just bringing the Pokemon Unite costumes and then just actually allowing them to use them in the mainline game. People would pay real money for that, even just for one. You can make it like the Glamour System 14. If you're greedy enough for that. Kind of want Model Ghastly.
Shall join us in the spiral.
And put a pair of glasses on Cinderace so he can back. Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. Or at least give him his pirate look. Why did they make Cinderace a pirate in Unite, by the way? I'm confused by that. Like, what's the correlation between Cinderace and pirates? Like, I don't understand if it was like a water type, but Cinderace isn't. That was terrifying with the mouth freaking. Nice to know that I'm making this quite, Also get the cleanse tag as well, nice. Also nice to know I'm making this quite, immersive for everybody. That hair thing. Yeah, I wasn't quite sure what exactly this was as a kid. I mean, obviously it's just a whole bunch of Pokeballs written on the floor, but, and I felt this sort of added to the whole, thing of this whole area feeling quite, freaky. You know, the music, the fog, the color palette, and this. It all just seemed very spooky. Chips Ahoy Lad trainers. Let's see what Haunt has got. Okay, naughty nature, so not good unless we teach it explosion. And basically no good moves, because obviously back in the earlier games there were no good ghost moves. I'm fairly certain the only, like, ghost-type move back in Red and Blue was Nightshade. As such, it was completely unusable. Meaning that Gengar was basically stuck with Psychic and Thunderbolt, maybe Giga Drain. Pirates in the way shove shivering footballs. By the way, it's coming home.
Zombies.
I can't believe it. Zombies are actually canonical to the Pokemon universe. I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen any proper zombies in this series at this point, unless you want to count Parasects. As that is essentially the Pokemon that comes of The Last of Us. You know, minus any golf clubs. Trick, I don't think we need to learn Trick, mostly because there's no Choice Scarf in this game. That would be funny, though. Even though I hate it when that always happens to me. I guess we'll go Farfetch next. Time for more time in a bottle. What's this? Ooh, I can sell that later and do nothing with the money. Oh, so, Chandler, goodbye, I suppose. Janet! Yeah, gonna be curious as to see what these things can even do against, Farfetch, considering it's a normal type. Crit! Woo! This one turned to Ric Flair for a second. Also, I'm fairly certain the mic peaked from that. I felt people's spirits despite my training in the mountains. What mountains? I'm genuinely curious.
Hey, you're all pretty, baby. Whenever you call pretty lady, I will give you the best of me. The best of me.
I think I got that wrong, but, I think at the very least I got the point. I will give you the best of me! I had a PCF that one song compared it. That's the point. It was under possession. So calm about it as well. I suppose that's sort of the one rule when it comes to being a channeler. Don't act dumb. Alright, let's see what Fury Cutter does to a Ghost type. Yeah, that's about what I expected. Oh no, not the curse. How am I possibly going to come back from this? You've ruined me. There's no way I'm gonna be able to survive this now. And it feels as though curse as a status element is insanely underutilized. Like, you only really see it, it's like you only really see it in, story mode stuff like this. Oh, I'm dying! Someone drop a super potion! Oh, I need the full restore! I need it! Funnily enough, I've, only played a little bit of Payday 2. Definitely seemed like something more you'd enjoy with friends. Person in more dangerous stats, yeah, was smart enough not to waste turns trying to use it again and again. Imagine if there was a Pokemon which just set up Curse at the start of a fight as soon as it switched in. I mean, obviously that would be broken, but I mean, there's nothing new compared to current modern-day Pokemon, because obviously there's no such thing as power creep in Pokemon. More like a Hyper Potion. Oh, I'm dying! Someone drop a full restore. Just like, 5 PP left! Ether! Ether! Trick room, trick room, trick room. Thunderbolt, Thunderbolt. I'm the fluffin' Electabuzz man. And of course I get confused again, which isn't really conducive with my only good move here is fly. Okay. Let's bring Mr. Mime back out. Let's bring Mr. Mime back out and have at it. Have at me. Just instantly turns to vapor. This Payday 3 has been such a flop. They're kind of saying fluff isn't going to upgrade Payday. Yeah, so I heard. It's just like, okay, we may need extra. We need. It's like there's so much DLC for Payday 2. I've noticed that they've added in a whole subscription service, so you can just subscribe and just get it all. I mean, obviously, some people might be against it if Payday 2 was so good. Where's Payday 2 2? You're taking 2-2. During the beta before release. Yeah, it is a shame. I'm kind of curious as to what actually happened with Payday 3, because I've not necessarily been in the loop with regards to that. Accuracy, I can just sell that for more money. Oh yeah, we finally found a Cabone! I've been waiting for you to show up. Let's see how you handle a Fury Cutter. Yeah, I call it Cabone mostly just because, there was one incident whilst we were on holiday up in the Lake Districts and we were playing the Pokemon version of Monopoly, and my mom called it Cabone. So obviously that's been stuck in my head for the longest time. As I was just gonna like, what do you mean Cabone? And then I look at the card and it says, oh, it's Cubone. And we just had to laugh about that, and now it's just been stuck in my head for the longest time. Anyways, there's Cabone. Its general moments is wretched. This game is fun. Payday is much better movement. Unfortunately, the rest of the game is dreadful. Someone mentioned Lake District. Yeah, we used to go up there a lot on holiday. Just getting dragged up various hills and mountains and whatnot. The Cabone Cabana. Go there quite a bit. Yeah, it's quite nice, especially compared to how things look nowadays. I'm sure. I mean, I'm guessing things still aren't the best up there, but I mean they're usually better than that. Love to go walking there. Yeah. Only issue is that when we go walking, it usually involves hills. Like very, very, very large hills. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's something we'll have to give it another go, because it's always like, you know, as a kid, it's like, oh, we're going off on a family trip. And it's like, no, I just want to stay home and play on my Game Boy or DS or whatever. It's just like, nope, this is a family trip and we're going up this hill. And then I sort of, it's like, it was more just sort of resenting it for that reason, just because it was more sort of forced on me as a kid. Those are our best. Well, yeah, I imagine that I'm definitely going to have to give the hills another shot if we ever go back. Oh, we finally get agility. So, I know this is probably a dumb move to do, but, you know what? Fluff it. Double dance. Now Farfetch is able to do time in a bottle.
Something fell out. My hair didn't fall out, it was a malevolent spirit.
Yeah, that's just the... Fun enough, this is like the only free Pokemon you can catch. Adamant Nature. That certainly won't do. Also gets Lightning Rod, which, could be worse, I suppose. Let's go Mr. Mime for this, I think. Oh, what's this? Rare candy. That'll be useful at the end of the game. Alright, here we go. Be gone, intruders. There it is, this is the Ghost. The Ghost is here. Silph revealed the Ghost's identity was Marowak. I'm not sure if this is something unique to this particular sprite, but I don't remember that single pixel of Marowak's glaring red eye. Again, I'm wondering if that's just something unique to this particular Marowak. Obviously, you can't catch it. Actually, you know what? Let's give it a shot. Can I catch... Yeah, it dodged the front ball of this Pokemon. Well, screw you, game. It's like... Who is this paranormal entity? It's Pikachu! So this thing can dodge Pokeballs, but apparently Mewtwo cannot. Think about that for a second. Anyways, perish. It's Marowak Flaw! Yeah, it was such a good call keeping the Magical Leaf on. At least for the foreseeable future. May get rid of it at a later point, but I think we're fine with it at the moment. The ghost of the Restless Spirit was with the Restless Spirit of Cubone's mother. When the spirit was calmed and departed to the afterlife. Apparently there was like multiple different afterlives in Pokemon as well, so it's like which one? Which afterlife are we talking here? Because I know there's like several. It's like a complete lottery as to where you go when you die. And of course Team Rocket's still up here. Haunter, Mimian, let's send Farfetch out there. I want to try out Double Dance. Arceus welcomes you with open arms, Marowak. What do you want? Why are you here? I could ask you the exact same thing. Anyways, it's time to fluff around and find out by inducing Double Dance on this poor Zubat. Not that I actually need to do agility, I just want to. This setup just must look incredibly cursed. Like, we basically got HMs and then just agility and swords dance. I mean, it works. I mean, it works, but Cut is surprisingly doing work here, at least until we get Slash. Catch Pokemon is annoying. Imagine there was a fan game with too much dog that did that, by the way. Yeah, that would be like the worst thing ever, wouldn't it? It's so good to be home. Yep, so essentially, with just one move, I have turned this Farfetch'd into a Felony. I mean, a Sweeper. Look at this, just... I mean, I know it's not entirely special considering I'm already 10 levels ahead, but, it is still funny. It's going to be even funnier seeing this actually put in work against the Elite Four. Like, look at that. Crit. It's like Farfetch is going to be putting in work once we get Slash. I'm not gonna forget this. Well, you better not. Oh, hey, it's an old man. This guy marched right up into a hideout and he starts ranting about how Team Rocket's abusing Pokemon, so we're just talking it over as adults. I just want to talk to him. I just want to shoot him. I just want to talk to him. You know, I think I can just afford to do a Swords Dance here. Yeah, we'll be fine. We don't need agility at this moment. I mean, I kind of want to keep it on just for the memes, but, yeah, I feel at this point Farfetch is more of a meme pick. I mean, obviously it's going to do work once we get Slash, but until then, it really does sort of feel like a bit of a meme. I do gotta wonder how much sort of headroom this top floor has, where Farfetch is still able to use fly. Alright, fine, I'm gonna cut you open. Like a sweet potato. How do you like that? 37 already. Yeah, it's fun still having you around, Vexy. Please, no more. I'm tired of being humiliated by your duck.
Pokemon only good for making money. Why not use them? You stay out of our business.
I mean, I am using them to make money. I'm using them to get money off of you sad chumps. Have fun? Yeah, it's been fun.
You're not saving anyone, kid.
You should worry about saving yourself, man. Because this only ends one... Okay, this one has 4.
Daring today, aren't we?
Perish. Do 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 do. Once again, just thinking of Thrash Machine. Oh no, I got confuzzled due to the Tegway. Okay, actually... I'm going to get poisoned. Something actually going right for me today. Oh, wait. I spoke too soon. Whatever, though. You cannot undo the poison. You have no items. That's what I thought. Oh, Eradicate. Daring today onward. Do you think... What, did you steal this off of Red? Did he just not... Of course, twice in a row, baby. Twice in a row. This croquette is going down. Yeah, I'm not sure what it is. It's just me, just the coloring, but this Eradicate sprite just reminds me now of just a croquette. I mean, I'm just thinking of the croquettes from Kill la Kill. You know, the ones with just worms in them. Which would explain the pink.
Don't fight us, Rockets.
I mean, I've been fighting you this whole time. I beat up your boss.
You're not getting away with this.
Yeah, you came to save me. Oh, thank you, but I came here of my own free will. I came to calm the spirit of Capone's mother. I think Marowak's spirit has finally left us. I must thank you for your kind concern. Follow me to my home, Pokemon house at the foot of this tower.
As we just gladly, casually teleport.
It's so warm, Pokemon are so nice to hug. This is really Mr. Forge's house. It's really calm. It looks after abandoned north.
Where is his bed, sir? You got like a cot here, presumably for the Pokemon, but he doesn't even have a bed. I mean, he has a sink at the very least. It smells delicious. Someone's been cooking here. On what? Is this supposed to be like a stove here on the side? Is that supposed to be a stove? The magical stove sink combo? Is that real?
Stunt, your Pokédex quest is one that requires strong dedication. Without deep love for Pokemon, your quest may fail. I'm not sure if this will help you, but I'd like you to have it.
Got the Pokeflute.
Upon hearing the Pokeflute, sleeping Pokemon will spring awake. Try using it on Pokemon that are sleeping obstacles.
Yow! Pokemon magazines lying on the shelf, Pokemon Insider, Pokemon Fan. Someone cooked here.
Jesse, someone cooked here.
Yeah, well, Mr. White, it was me.
Well, Jesse, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm supposed to be the cook here, Jesse. Gus, you're gonna kill me, Jesse, please. I have a wife and kids, Jesse.
Yeah, well, you should have thought about before trying to shut me out, Walt. I'm gonna go off and burn all your money, Walt.
Jesse, no!
I feel as though I got that a little bit out of order, but I think you got the point. Yeah, I wasn't actually expecting to, just stumble across all 3 Pokemon in the tower at this point. Yeah, especially wasn't expecting to find Cabone. That's a pretty good find. Unfortunately, we still only have, like, only 39, jeez. Yeah, I think we're definitely gonna have to pick up the pace. Because one thing I feel has sort of been a habit with me in this game is just trying to have my Pokédex count outstrip my my badge count. Actual stolen Pokemon. No, you can have this. I don't need it anymore. Got TM27. It's a move called Return. If you treat Pokemon good, it will teach you return your love by working hard, hardest in battle. See what the beanies have to show. It's a Pokemon Tower. See what the beanies have to show. There's a man fishing. I feel there's a particular joke I can make with regards to these binoculars, but I think it would be unwise for me to do so.
Yeah, I got a bite here.
Oh, hey, it's Ned. Presumably of the Flanders variety. It's time to send you to the fields. With the power of my popcorn chicken. I feel this has been quite the unhinged experience, if I do say so myself. It's been quite unhinged so far. Local trainer walks up and kills all this guy's fresh catches. Like, hey, he came on to me first, officer. Level 37. Yeah, it really feels as though getting Mega Horn on Nidoking here actually seems quite possible. I mean, obviously I'm going to replace Peck with it, because Peck... What's the point? Just hits 50% of the time, 100% of the time. So honestly, realizing that duels in Power World are to the death, which, I mean, I don't know, the ones that I've experienced in Power World usually result in the person surviving. Or at least respawning after a couple of days. I guess they work on Jesus logic. Just bear in mind, it will take me 3 days to respawn. I'm gonna get in so much trouble for that one. I don't know with who, but patient fishing is a waiting game. Yeah, it really just sort of brings me back to my childhood, really, where I don't remember specific details. I think it was in sort of like club that my parents signed me up for, and occasionally we'd just go like fly fishing in this like this local like pond area. I mean, obviously it was more sort of a communal thing, whatever. We weren't allowed to actually take the fish. We just put some like baits on a line, you know, no reels. When it's just basically a string on a pole, and you just put it in the water, wait for fish to bite, then you let them go once you catch them. I must feel bad for the fish in there, given how many holes all their lips must have. Fishermanship I stopped counting so long ago. Oh yeah, I don't think we've come across the 6 Magikarp guy yet. Fishing fool versus the Pokemon kid. Really calls himself fishing? You shouldn't sell yourself too short, man. I mean, you do have a singular Goldeen, but you still shouldn't sell yourself too short, man. Here, have a magical leaf. Super effective. There we go, fish. Hang! Touch too much. He's on too many minerals. Is he better than the 6 cartridge? I mean, at the very least, his Goldeen has an attack. At the very least. Wow, this route goes on for longer than I remember. I love fishing, don't get me wrong, but it'd be best if I had more work. Oh, trust me, I'd rather just be out here doing fishing. Seems a lot less soul-crushing. So this one has like a Poliwag. It's not exactly a Grand Entitlement, but hey, it's better than Magikarp at the very least. It's having 6 Magikarp. This route going on for a while since basically routes around the entire coast. Yeah, it basically does. Technically speaking, it's multiple routes, but actually, there is a little funny thing which I've heard from this with regards to, I believe it was Pokemon Yellow on RetroArch. There's actually an achievement you can get on RetroArch with Retro Achievements, which is to essentially make it all the way from Lavender Town to Fuchsia City without retreating to a Pokemon Center. Just basically just doing the whole southeastern coast of Kanto in one run. Which, given the amount of trainers you have to go through, that's, you're definitely gonna have to save a lot of resources for that. Obviously, we're not gonna do it this time around because I want to actually save up on XP. Hey, Jesse! If you win, I'll marry you. I'm so sorry, you two. I'm so sorry. It's like there's no way I can possibly lose this. So the only like non-attacking move I have is Flash. All right, fine. Let's just get this over with. Perish. Yeah, it really feels as though with Mr. Mime, in this game at the very least, you don't really need anything other than Psychic, really. Maybe I should reconsider what moves I teach it. Oh, but why? Would you forgive me, my love? Jess, you silly, you ruined it. You silly. You silly. Okay, which Pokemon do I want to use for this particular... Definitely not Nidoking. Definitely not Nidoking. Probably Mr. Mime, actually, because it has high special defense. Anyways, let's save up. Because, considering I do at least want to complete the Pokédex for this, I'm going to try and catch the Snorlax. In fact, I'm probably going to try and catch both Snorlaxes. It attacked Grumpy Angry. Great is the thing that Snorlax is just floating at a 45-degree angle constantly. He's just built different like that. Anyway, let's see how much damage a Psybeam does. Oh, actually, soundproof actually doing something once. Not just doing like ah. Kind of weird that some soundproof doesn't block Yawn though. That's definitely an interesting choice. Not sure I necessarily want using attacks with Farfetch though, just to avoid the crits. Anyways, it's time to start chucking. You better stay in these, Snorlax. Okay, that was easy. That was easy. Okay, added to the Pokédex, we got Snorlax. Very lazy, just eats sleeves as a rotund bulk build and becomes steadily more slothful. But you do feel like you're even seeing... Yeah, I mean, that's fair. The reason I'm going through this... We're not going to be going for the entirety of the Southern Route. I mostly just wanted to come to do this. I'm the fishing girls, you have a brother. I simply love fishing, can't better go without. Do you like to fish? Take this and fish, my young friend. Yep, Super Rod. This is what we need. From the seas and rivers gone to the land of Big One, my friend. I have a request. If you catch a big Magikarp with that rod, I want to see it. If it's left fish, I want to see a gigantic Magikarp. Unfortunately, there's no Alpha Pokemon in this game, so, now I'm going to have to think as to where I want to do fishing, because parts of our team requires me to do fishing. Just throwing hands at being World Cup kind of calls for having to fight. I mean, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's reasonable. So let's see where I can find this fluffing thing. Shouldn't be too difficult to find one of these, right? So, okay, I can find them in Viridian City. Let's go to Viridian City. I'm on the road to Viridian City. I got my badge and I'm ready to play. I don't remember the lyrics to that. I just remember back when I had Spotify, I just had an entire playlist of just all the stuff from the Pokemon anime. Spending so many times just listening to Viridian City. And now I don't even remember the lyrics to it. You can tell I'm old. I think I got my badge and the power to play. You gotta be number one, you gotta train hard. You gotta move faster, you gotta... Okay, I think this guy gives us a TM, so I may as well just use Cut here. Hello. I must doze off in the sun. I have this weird dream about a drowsy eating my dream, and... Well, I learned how to eat dreams. Oh, this is too spooky. Let me teach you a Pokemon so I care about it. I'm not here to learn Dream Eater. I'm here to catch something. Pokemon's on the hook. Let's see what we get. And a volume that results in a noise complaint. That's only correct, isn't it? Because for some reason they really wanted to make it the most hype thing imaginable. Let's say for some reason. They felt inclined to make it the most hype thing imaginable. Anyways, let's see what a cut does to this thing. Yeah, that's about what I expect. I mean, let me just check what level Poliwag actually evolves. Okay, so I think we're better off just trying to actually catch a Poliwhirl here. This is important. 22. I mean, I have a whole bunch of rare candies, but I don't necessarily want to waste them all. It's the thing. Come on, give me the big one. Give me the big cheese. There's the big cheese. Level 21, though. Alright, let's try a frame 1 Great Ball. You know, matching colors. Yes, there he is, Tim. It's Poliwhirl from Pokemon Adventures the manga. So excited to see him, everybody. Oh, and of course he has Hypnosis. This would be a good point where, actually having some with status abilities would be quite useful. Anyways, I'm just gonna keep throwing all my Great Balls and hope one of them sticks. That usually works for me. See? I was wholeheartedly expecting that not to work, but alas it did. There we go, we got Poliwhirl. Live in and out of water. When out of water, it constantly sweats to keep its body slimy. Ew. Alright, let's be on my merry way. Gotta go to Cerulean City next. On the road! To Cerulean City, I guess. It doesn't roll off the tongue quite as well as Viridian. Anyways, here we are. It's time, at last, for our 4th party member. You happen to have a Poliwhirl you want to trade it for my Jinx? This is the only way you can get Jinx in the game, by the way. Tonti! I forgot his name is Tonti. Jinx is good and the best in game. Yours, Jinx, please. I completely forgot his name is Dante. Dante sent over Jinx. You better take care of it. Dante, please. Thank. You want to trade the Poliwhirl for Jinx? That's a healthy. There's a healthy Jinx. Be kind to it from Dante. Fab mail. Part of me kind of wants to keep that on there. Also, for some reason, Jinx doesn't learn Psychic normally, so unfortunately, we're going to have to teach it now. I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this. Somehow more terrifying in purple? Yeah, I can definitely see it. Anyways. Gotta put Psychic on it. Kind of feel compelled to keep Lovely Kiss on there as well for the time being. You know, at least it gives us a status move for if we want to go off and catch all the legendaries. Gone rid of the lips that just wanted to be caricature allegations. I mean, yeah, but honestly, I still would have wanted to see a third Jinx evolution. You know, maybe have that be the thing that fixes it, as opposed to just being thrown to the wayside for all eternity. And so, Jinx has to play catch-up to absolutely everybody here. It was meant to be a Kabuki singer. I mean, that, and I'm fairly certain, given, you know, the blonde hair and the lipstick, I think it was also supposed to be like a Gyaru. Kabuki mask, make a Jinx with a Kabuki mask would have been... Yeah, I could definitely see that. Well, I imagine all the sort of stuff that would have gone into a Mega Jinx / Jinx evolution probably just went into Frostlass. Yeah, Gyaru. Which is ironic because the Gyarados archetype would then fall to Bulbasaur and Pokopia for some reason. I don't really get it either. I'm fairly certain there was a fair bit of talk with regards to our Japan tour, like last year. I think there was something relating to the geisha, and with regards to the older, sort of more experienced ones tend to dress less flashy, whereas the younger ones sort of tend to be the more eye-catching ones. It is quite interesting, because obviously it's something which seems like would be the complete and total opposite. Anyways, time to catch yourself another Snorlax. I remember at one point trying to shiny hunt Snorlax in this game. It took me like months. I mean, I eventually got it, but it took me months. Obviously, we're not going to be going for one here, but, oh. Well, this presents a problem. Oh, hey, I'm actually faster. Doesn't matter, because I tried to go to sleep anyways. Damn! It's like the power difference is too great. Mr. Mime, it's up to you. I just realized, maybe I should set up a substitute this time around. Would probably be more beneficial for blocking Yawn. The only Pokemon I have which actually... It is funny, because I don't think I've ever actually properly used Substitute in this game. Like, I think I've done so in Emerald, teaching it to Sceptile at one point, just for curiosity's sake. Because I know that Substitute's supposed to be decent on that because you have Leech Seed and whatnot. Well, I guess I'm not getting that Chesterberry this time around. Just gonna keep beaming you until you decide you don't want to sleep anymore. But yep, there we go. There we go. Now I no longer have to switch. At least until it decides to use Headbutts. Yeah, this could be dangerous. I have been in many situations like this in Colosseum. Oh, there we go. Kabuki. Wow, asleep and confused. This Snorlax is not having a good day. Again, it's just like me suffering in Colosseum. 1, 2, 3. There we go. 2 for 2, baby. Now I'm gonna have to go back and heal Jinx. You are also going in the box, sir. This isn't the time to use that. I'll do with whatever I damn well please, old man. You're not the boss of me. I've been doing this for 30 years. Well, 20 years, but you get what I mean. Heal up. I can see why many people opt to have challenge runs where they just don't use Pokemon Center, because it really does make things a wee bit too easy. Like, you don't have to use items if you can just run back to Mommy Pokemon Center when it's just like a few feet away. Alright, here we go. At long last, it's time for us to finally head down to Fuchsia City. Here I... Oh, I forgot I don't have the bike equipped. Okay, here we go. Here I come, San Francisco! Actually, let's see what's up here first. Hey, I'm Professor OK. If you have Pokemon 40 space, I'm supposed to give you a reward. Trust me with the amulet. Ooh, very nice. Great, you have caught at least 42 caught on 42 types. Congratulations, here you go. Got the amulet coin. Oh, howdy. We were just on our way to Fuchsia City. I think we're going to be getting into a fair few fights on this route, mostly just to try and get Jinx's level up. What do you want? I want experience. I want your juicy XPs. And for that, I'm going to need to invert your Grimer. Yeah, you see, that wasn't so difficult. I suppose it doesn't help that basically every single bike on this route more or less has poison or fighting types. Invert your Grimer. I'm not even going to tell you what this is a euphemism for. That's just what psychic power does to a Grimer. It makes it unrecognizable. Somehow. Nice bike, Henna. You already have a motorcycle, man. You and your massive head. Yeah. Again, part of me in my head is just I'm sort of fretting over the fact that I'm basically giving all my Pokemon, like, unoptimized EVs. It's like, oh, I don't want my Zing to have extra attack, even though in this context it doesn't really matter. And he was still cleaving through them without much issue. Really feels like by the time this is over, Jinx is already going to be on par with the rest of the group. You're already just sort of soaring into the early 40s at this point in the game. The power of trade Pokemon, man. This is turning less into a gimmick and more so into being optimal. I mean, guessing it isn't actually optimal, but still, with how powerful... I wasn't expecting this to be all that powerful, because, I feel, one thing that I feel people kind of misconstrue about Pokemon's difficulty, at least in the early days, is that, your choice in Pokemon sort of determines the difficulty. So if you go into the Elite Four with, like, an unoptimized team without many or any psychic types, you're gonna be in for a bad time, whereas between Jinx and Mr. Mime, it's, I fret these two might end up being a little bit too powerful. You're going on the Z... Hey, you just bumped me. I'm about to put you on the Z-axis, you and your mohawk. Hideo! I can't believe we found Kajumbo and his massive wheezing. Alright, let's see if Jinx can handle a wheezing. Ooh, not quite. Can it survive a wheezing, though? Damn! I was admittedly expecting Jinx to be a little bit more, I mean, to be fair, it is mild nature, so that probably doesn't help. Lucky for me, I have just so happens to have a revive. Kaboom! Let the good old days have to... I'm not gonna finish that. There we go. I'm curious as to when we'll actually get more held items, honestly, because I feel as though when it comes to this game, you don't tend to really get that many, outside of, like, Farfetch'd Stick. His stick. Yeah. Hey, Dad, let's have ourselves a good time. Having a good time. I'm having such a good time. I don't want to stop at all. Oh, it's a Reuben sandwich. Oh, wait, there's a... Why did I say it was a Reuben sandwich? It's a Cupid sandwich, isn't it? What's wrong with me? Maybe I'm just in the mood for sandwiches. Oh, look at that. All that juicy XP. Oh, yeah, and we actually got ourselves a good ice move as well to go alongside, Psych. I think, given I'm not going to be getting Ice Beam this time around, Ice Punch is probably going to be Jinx's go-to ice move. I mean, I imagine it's definitely... Obviously, it's not going to be about as powerful as Psychic, but I imagine it's definitely going to put in some work. Let's have a look for ourselves, shall we? Ice Punch. First time, baby! Oh, defrost. I was gonna say, it feels as though I've been really fortunate here with the status effect procs this stream. You know, with constantly getting poison point working, actually getting a freeze, which never happens. It's so funny, it's just, freeze is such a non-factor in the later games, it's almost like it's a surprise whenever it happens.
I'm feeling hungry and mean, I need a punching bag.
Well, you look like a punching bag, sir. I'm going to show you the benefits of working out at the library. Because that's basically what I've been doing with my, 1/3 psychic type team. Which somehow doesn't involve Starmie. Here we go, there we go. Racking up levels.
Racking up levels like I'm racking up stacks.
Bad, bad, bad. One thing I am kind of curious about with regards to the currency in this universe. I mean, obviously I just refer to it as yen. You know, considering this is supposed to be the Kanto region in real life. Like, is the actual currency in this universe still taken in, like, bills, or is it, like, individual coins, like gold? Or is it just, like, this nebulous, thing? Dropping rhymes when we get an album? I mean, it's nowhere near as good as Egg Gills, I'll just say that much. Also, I think that was a wee bit unintentional. Alright, just gonna go heal up real quick and we'll get back to it. We're going to be heading Fuchsia this time around. Only question is, given the time, do I want to try and get the gold teeth? Do I want to try and get Surf? Probably. Because if I want to get the rest of my team, I'm going to need Surf. That is not up for debate at this point. Only question is which Pokemon I'm going to teach Surf to. Well, there's only one option, really. There's only one option in my entire team of Pokemon that can learn Surf. So that's going to be interesting. Proud of my bod, kiddo. Mighty proud of a bod. Ooh. Ooh. Hitting me with that sort of language, huh? Isaiah! Wait, is this cue ball like, that one sort of Messiah character from Vanguard? Is this who they were talking about? I mean, probably not, but it's just... Isaiah is such a weird name for a biker. Oh, and he actually has a Machamp. Correction, he did have a Machamp. Machamp is just gone. I crushed him down and converted him into free XPs. You know, let's see what kind of wild Pokemon we can find. Right? I know we can find Doduo. I know we can find Spearow. I'm just thinking I should probably be working on my my Pokédex a little bit, which is rich considering the nature of my team. It's not the irony is not lost on me. Okay, we get Fearow. Let's see if I can lovely kiss this thing. There. No. Oh wait, I forgot to have double slap. I can just. That's it. You can just keep growling me. Double slap is going to work wonders. Look at this. I'm going to lower your health down eventually. This is not up for debate any longer. You're going in the ball, whether you like it or not. Okay, maybe it's time for you to go to sleep now. Stop. Of course, he hits the 5 times around. Why am I not surprised? Alright. Let's see you do that against the poison point user. I dare you. Hit me if you dare. That's what I thought. There we go. It's huge and magnificent wings that can keep aloft without ever having to run for rest. It's a shame that this Pokemon is kind of pointless when Dodrio exists. I know it's easier to get, but still. Why would you ever use Fearow outside of, like, as a challenge thing? When Dodrio is around this point in the game. I'm just thinking as well, with all my money, I should probably be getting some more healing items while I'm at it. I could have sworn there was Ponyta on this route for whatever reason. I don't think there actually is, but I suppose there's no harm in having a little check since I no longer have to worry about Poliwhirl. Let's see here. Ponyta. This looks like the sort of area you would expect a Ponyta to be wandering around in. Let's see, Ponyta. Okay, so Ponyta's not until much later. My bad, I think I'm just getting this mixed up with Cycling Road from Diamond and Pearl. There's no getting rich quick in battling kids. I know, I have this thing called the Amulet Coin. It's been pretty useful so far. Cue ball roll. Better call roll. Better fuel heal. Or actually on, like, I would say on an equal level, but you're already dead. Again, I can only imagine how Jinx would have handled the fighting dojo. Ooh, a Primeape as well. Daring today, aren't we, sir? You know, I find it funny these guys used to be... Really? They used to be gamblers. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense. You know, this is the sort of area where ne'er-do-wells tend to hang out, and what's more of a ne'er-do-well activity than people who play gotcha? We're bikers, we rule the roads, man! Oh, Billy. Oh, Billy! That's what its muck is saying as I invert it. Oh, and the special defense drop as well. Oh, minimize. We are going to be here for years now. Because unfortunately I don't have a Pokemon with Body Slam. Oh, okay, never mind. I just, your running shoe's fake. So, smoked. From behind a car. Stand, don't invert muck. Don't invert muck. Too late, I've already inverted it. Why is it white? I'm glad you caught on to that. Anyway, it's time for me to, basically commit Snowgrave against the entire cycling road now, since I have Ice Punch. Alright, Sinks, shall we proceed? You're going to get so much stronger around here. But you did it. Somehow you changed. You found out how to stop being boring. You found... People don't see how interesting you are now. You're not doing AI-generated Tung Sora memes. Jinx used Surf. No! Or even better, I planted bombs in several undisclosed locations. I call it the Boom Grave. But it failed. No. No, that's gonna haunt me for, like, months at this point, isn't it? I mean, I know I said I was never going to do it, but even so. This cursed knowledge is something I'm going to have to live with. Press the B button to stay in place. Use B button! Inside that thing was generally... Oh, definitely! Pokemon unique. Even Pokemon of the same species grow at different rates. As in IVs. Watch out for discarded items. Let Volt... Oh, actually get something that isn't a Grimer for once. Let's see how you fare, Nicholas. I would have thought more of these guys would have electric-type Pokemon, honestly. Just the power of their bikes. Proceed. It's like, even at this point, even though we basically just already just got it, Jinx is already just putting in work. Proceed. I don't think it was that whole thing was necessarily something anybody expected. You know, I think, like most people, I was under the impression of it was going to be like, now you can play as Noelle, except be sort of all sort of twisted and messed up about it, as opposed to, instead of the game itself taking away your agency, now it's Noelle taking away your agency. Hope you're happy. There's no Chapter 6. Insert side B for bombs, because she has bombs. She stole them from Mew Mew. I'm kind of curious as to what kind of moves Jinx is going to learn next. What if at the end of Chapter 7 of the credits everyone just goes all quiet and then, now you can play as Luigi! Super Noelle Galaxy. Imagine, though. I mean, obviously it's going to be even more harrowing in Chapter 7. I can just imagine it. Like, especially considering the decades, years worth of difference between, Undertale and now. Just picking up all the messed up stuff that, was in the G route and just sort of tweaking it to hit even harder. Again, it's one of those things where it just really fills me with dread. Like, how is any of this possibly supposed to unfold now? What even happens? Where does the game go from here? Nowhere, that's probably the answer. There is no satisfying answers. Probably. No, there's no satisfying answers in the depths, there is no Easter Bunny, there is no Santa Claus, and there is no Queen of England. Well, King of England, you get what I mean. There is no papyrus. No! Everything we've been fighting for has been for a lie. What am I fighting for? Even so, with the way Chapter 5 is sort of played out, I have it's basically been drilled to me. You know, maybe it's best if I just never speculate again, because obviously whatever I end up coming up with is always going to be the wrong answer. Anyways, I think we're nearly done here. There we go. We've reached the bottom of the hill. Assuming this is a hill. You lost, get ambushed. But it's not the 2000s yet. Your presidency hasn't come up yet. Okay, that was a bad one. Whatever, proceed. I should probably stop saying that, because this is probably going to get even more harrowing the more I do it. It's like, in my restless dreams, I see that lake. It's like, wow, this has really been quite the experience game for Jigs, though. I'll just say this. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well, and now it's even worse. Okay, Mean Look. Do I want to learn Mean Look? I mean, might be nice for Entei later, assuming that we end up going up against Entei. I'm fairly certain they patched it so that whenever Entei uses Raw Hit, it just doesn't despawn. Because that happened to me whilst I was playing this game as a kid. I just ended up not being able to get an Entei. I mean, it wasn't the biggest deal because I had Coliseum, but still kind of sucked. Look how powerful. I feel so powerful. Are you satisfied? Are you satisfied? What a thing to end off on, huh? Alright, down here we are on Route 18. I'm gonna go heal up, then we'll deal with all the other trainers down there. I think... yeah, there's this guy. I'm gonna talk to him in a little bit, but anyways, let's go into the biddies. Pallet Down is in the west. There are people swimming. So tempted to make, so tempted to say the thing. I really shouldn't say it. I really shouldn't say it. It's bad. It's very, very bad. Anyways, here we are, Fuchsia City. At long last, I can finally remove Cut and Flash from my Pokemon. I mean, Cut would definitely help here, but I don't really feel inclined to keep it, considering I'm fairly certain we're going to be getting Slash pretty soon. So, gonna be doing away with Cut for the time being. I'm sure we can do without it. And if not, I could just fish out a Rattata in order to do it for me. There we go. And now Farfetch'd only has one attack. It's just... Farfetch's moveset right now must look like one of the most cursed things you'd see in one of those battle simulators in Gale of Darkness. Not optimal. Oh, believe me, none of this is optimal. Work to perfection. Farfetch just T-poses and goes up. Yep. Okay. More experience. You're bird tamers, aren't you? Always check every grassy area for new Pokemon. He looks so distressed. He's like, no, Birdly is gone. What happened to Birdly as I do this? This just feels even more morbid now. Watch what happens when I use a move I don't know. Dead. There we are. Now we're really moving up in the world. Actually, let me just check real quick, because I think we're now sort of... okay, so a little bit more, and then we'll be able to get up to... then we'll start introducing Jinx into the proper rotation. This is my turn. I don't see your name on it. Jacob. Jacobo. Whatever, I'm just gonna punch you. I'm just gonna punch you over and over. What will you have after 30 years? I'll be honest, I don't necessarily remember what you can get in this particular grass patch. Mostly, from what I recall, it's just Fearos again, because it's kind of weird, because I would have thought there'd be something else here. It seems as though, in terms of wall patches, these are kind of, moot, honestly. I mean, they're mostly just here just to facilitate trainers more than anything. Fury attack. Why did you make me do this? It only has like 10 attack for each one. Think, Mark. You only have like a 2% chance of dealing maximum damage. How'd you like my bird call? Oh, there we go. Finally, we see a Dodrio. Finally get to see joy, sorrow, and anger in action. Never mind. He's just fluffing gone. I'll just train up another Pokemon. What? I'll just train up another Pokemon. What's another 15 hours? I could always start again. Make another team. And there we go. Let's bring Farfetch up to the forefront for a little bit, because I don't think it's going to be getting much mileage until it learns Slash. Let's see, what level does it even learn Slash? Because we're fairly decently leveled. Let's see, Slash is... Okay, it's not too far off. I'm gonna say that, it's 41. So we're probably just gonna be stuck with Fly for the foreseeable future, because I'm gonna be honest, I really don't want to waste Aerial Ace on this thing. Mostly just because Fly is going to be very useful for what we're doing. Anyway, let's have a look, see what else we can find on this particular route before we leave forever. I could have sworn there was something else here. But then again, this route I mostly just associate with trying to track down Entei, so what do I know? Let's see, anything interesting on this route? Only thing of note seems to be Raticate, which we don't have. So let's see if we can find Raticate. Let's see if we can find the Croquettes. I mean, that's not a Croquette. That's, well, technically that's 2 Croquettes. 3 Croquettes attached together. If you really... 3 Croquettes attached together by, I don't even know what. I don't want pseudo duo of all things using Tri-Attack. I would have assumed there'd be at the very least a duo attack. Whatever, though. Farfetch putting in work as usual. I wouldn't have expected Farfetch to be, at this point at the very least, a workhorse, essentially. Actually, given the time, I think I'm just going to try and get Raticate off stream. For now, there's one other thing that I need to do before we do anything else. Actually, 2 things before we turn in for the night. First one is getting Surf. Second one is getting the pink badge. Then I can go away, level up a little bit more, and get myself the Pokemon I need in order to get our next teammate, which I don't think we're going to be able to get quite yet. For now, though, oh yeah, I can also just add these to my Pokedex. Like, here we got Slowbro, friendly and slow-moving. Also predicts the weather, but takes like forever to do so. Got Chansey, obviously. Catching one is all chance. Voltorb, the image of a Pokeball, except here, not really. I feel this gag makes a lot more sense in Red and Blue, where it's basically indistinguishable from a regular item capsule. Anyways, here's Kangaskhan. Eternal Pokemon that raises a youth pouch in his belly, and Kabuto. Stream rare Pokemon that was regenerated from a fossil. And of course, Lapras. The King of the Seas! Oh yeah, I just realized, at this point we can basically get Ultra Balls, can't we? We can get Hyper Balls. So let's get ourselves, let's get 20 for now. Yeah, they are called Hyper Balls in Japanese.
Fun fact, did you know that in Japanese, the Beach Ball is actually called the Ultra Ball, which may lead to a little bit of confusion between certain audiences.
Let's save here real quick in case something goes horribly wrong. Not sure what will, but let's do it anyway. We're just going for a mad dash to the end. Yep, give me them Safari Balls. Kind of interesting that they just decided to use the evolution theme for this particular player, so that always seemed weird to me. But they could, I'm guessing they just ran out, they sort of ran out of space on the cartridge to add more music. At least that's what I'm guessing. You know, let's get this real quick. I'm fairly certain this is a fairly strong move. Nidoran, we don't need one of these. Let's see what this is. Okay, got Sunny Day. That's definitely going to be useful later. Because with regards to the team I have plans for you. More pain. Full restore. Ooh. Yeah, Safari Zone really does have some good items if you go out of your way for them. And very interesting tree sprites with hedges. Presumably so Officer Jenny could pop out with a gun. Like in that one episode. Where she disguised herself as a Chansey. Six eggs. Let's see what this says. Trainer chips, the remaining time declines only while you walk. So yeah, already been through 150 steps. We really need to tread carefully here. Trainer chips. Win a free HM for looking find the secret hoose. I'm fairly certain this is the only area where you can find Chansey, right? Or at the very least the area where it's most common. I'm not gonna worry too much about trying to catch gym Pokemon here. Again, it's something I can probably do in my own time. For now, though... I got some items to collect. Also, I'm not certain whether this is also the case in Fire and Leaf Green, but from what I recall with the bait and the rock here... Yeah, the rock. It basically makes no difference with regards to catch rate, so... You're basically better off just throwing your Safari Ball and just praying, really. At least that was my experience trying to catch a Chansey in Pokemon Yellow. Yeah, I actually did go ahead and try and do that. Took me absolutely ages to do so. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it took me ages to do so, and just opted to just throw Safari Balls wildly, because that seemed to be the thing that worked best. Ooh, I could potentially teach Farfetch'd Steel Wing. That could be interesting. Oh, there we go. There's Rhyhorn. There's the guy that stole Charizard's voice box. That's him, officer. That's the one who stole my voice box. And then they had to go to court for several years. At which point, by the time X and Y came around, they were legally required to have different cries. Not having that much luck with actually catching anything here, I'm realizing. This doesn't bode well. I am also imagining you can basically just assemble an entire team of Pokemon here. You got Rhydon potentially, you got Tauros, you got Chansey, you got Executor, finally caught something, and the possibility of Dragonite. This really feels like the area where you get all the actual good Pokemon. Ooh, found a protein. I'm going to give that immediately to Nidoking. Actually, calcium, I'm going to give that to Jinx. You know, make it even stronger. I think, actually, protein would probably work best on Farfetch'd. There we go. Because obviously with Surf, Nidoking's probably going to end up being more of a mixed attacker. Alright, sprint the last 100 meters. The secret house is still ahead. There we go. Gold teeth acquired. Please find the Safari Warden's lost gold teeth. They put this sign like 50 yards away from the gold teeth. So inconsiderate. They're around here somewhere, reward offered. Blind mother fluffers, a lot of them. I mean, double team could potentially be interesting as well. Anyways, here we are. Oh, finally, you're the first ones to reach the secret hoose. Oh, if I made a campaign for a grand opening, I was getting worried that no one would actually win a campaign prize. There we go, got Surf. Which I'm going to teach immediately to Nidoking. Since your innocence is disposable, so you can use it over and over. You're super lucky for winning this fabulous prize. And now we finally come across the reason why Water-type Pokemon are so good in this series. They just have constant access to a super powerful, super reliable Water-type move. It's like, you have to get, compared to, say, Flamethrower and Thunderbolt, for instance, this is easily accessible and reusable, so it's like, why wouldn't you ever use this? Also, this moveset for Nidoking is just gonna end up looking very cursed. I can just imagine it now. There we go, got Surf. Unfortunately, we aren't able to use it yet, but it's nice that we got it. I mean, it's a super powerful water-type move. What's not to like? Obviously can't actually surf yet, but, you know what? I'm just gonna spend the rest of this time actually trying to get items and catch stuff. Got 200 steps left. Also funky that a lot of areas can just be expedited with surf, which I'm guessing is kind of the point. Alright, let's try and catch ourselves an egg. Definitely feel this stream has been quite productive. As I was just expecting this to mostly just be Pokemon Tower and, yeah, Pokemon Tower and the Rocket Hideout. So I suppose, given the time, maybe I should... You know, I'm gonna keep going a little bit longer just until we beat Koga. Once we beat Koga, I'm gonna leave it there. Because I just need access to Surf in order to, assemble the rest of my team, really. Great. There we go. There we go. Finally got myself an egg. I can probably evolve this up straight away and get myself Executor. You probably shouldn't do that, actually, but, you can. You can also teach Explosion just to be funny. Even holding the Flareon, but a Frenzy even turned to a Vaporeon. I wonder... it's a complete mystery, isn't it? And you find that you'll run out of time if you try to catch them all at once. Oh, I have to think of smart. You win a prize. Yeah, I already won the prize, sir. As far as sounds huge, wouldn't you say? Future's Team Leader Koga patrols the grounds every so often. Thanks to him, we can play here knowing we're safe. I think that's something to go in the Fame Checker. I think this is the first time I'm actually checking this out. Let's have a look. See, Koga. There we go, Koga. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, only 100 steps left. Let's see what else we can catch it. Let's see if we can catch ourselves the Chansey. Probably not, but it's worth a try nonetheless. We already have Rhyhorn. Sorry, buddy. You know, that's the weirdest thing. I've never actually used Rhyhorn before. I know Rhyhorn / Rhyhorn is supposed to be, like, really good in this game. Or at least in Gen 1 in particular, but, just never got around to using it for some reason. Oh, there's Chansey. There's Chansey. Guess we'll just, try and throw absolutely everything at it and actually hope that it works. Yeah, that's about what I expected. Again, when it comes to Chansey, I feel your best bet is to just, say fluff it with ball. Oh, so the Quick Claw was here the whole time, huh? Boing, boing. Got your fair share? No, but I got what I needed. I got what I needed, and that is hunky-dory with me, yes sirree doodle. Also, should probably go over here and get the Good Rod. Do you like to fish? Yeah, I caught a Poliwhirl earlier. There we go, the Good Rod. Not sure why you'd use this if you alright, you can only catch them with a Good Rod. You can catch much better Pokemon. Yeah, but I already have a Super Rod. So what do you have to say to that? Anyways, here you go, sir. Give the gold teeth.
Thank you, lassie. You're a real lifesaver, and no one can understand a word I said, not a one. I'm so ashamed to show my face around the office even. Here, let me give you something for your trouble.
There we go, got strength. We don't have anybody that uses strength at the moment that's going to be quite useful. Photos and fossils on display. Old Pokemon merchandise is on display. Old Pokemon merchandise. Really makes you wonder. Anyways, it's time to go and fight Koga. And then I'm gonna have to spend a very long time in a particular place trying to find the next Pokemon in each trade. That's gonna be fun. Can't remember a good trainer with just one strong point. Raising many Pokemon easy is no easy task. I mean, I don't know. I feel as though the team I got is going along just fine. just fine on their own. Like, look at this. We got, like, 4 Pokemon knocking on the door to level 40. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Alright, away we go. Away we go. No time like the present. Koga, the poisonous ninja master. He's not a ninja master. He's not even wearing orange. What kind of ninja master is that? Streets of places riddled with invisible walls. Koga might appear close when he's blocked off. He might have to find gaps in the walls. Funnily enough, one of the episodes that I managed to catch on VHS of the original anime was the Koga gym leader fight. You know, with all the invisible walls and Team Rocket and the Kabuki setup. With the funhouse and the slanted floors. I mean, obviously they couldn't really replicate that in the game, but did certainly seem like a more interesting and thematically appropriate place than just the standard gym building. It would be a shame if they just end up making all the gyms super homogenous like this, just having the same building over and over again. And I'm guessing it's part of Pokemon League regulations and whatnot, but I always found that kind of sad. The fact that a lot of the Pokemon gyms, unlike the anime, didn't really have that much in terms of personality to them. Like, I'm just thinking back to, say, Cerulean Gym in the anime, where it's just massive, like, wooden cutouts of a dugong. You know, that sort of thing. Just make it really sort of striking and stand out in that and whatnot. Well, you know, Pewter Gym just being like a massive rock in the ground. It's a shame we don't really tend to get that much nowadays. Or ever, really. I don't remember if there actually was a Pokemon game which actually had, like, gyms where even the outside was made thematically appropriate. Don't really come to mind. Like, I think the closest one that comes to mind, I guess, is Castelia Gym, but mostly just because it's in, like, a tower block. You know, so at the very least in that sense, it's a little bit different. But I think aside from that, no, not really. Of course, Jijing must be made to suffer. They hated him because he spoke the truth, and the truth was pain. And a high crit rate. Somehow I called that. I don't know how, but I called it. Yeah, part of me is thinking maybe, putting Nidoking in the back for this, because it is kind of weird that this Poison-type gym mostly uses Psychic types. And by that I just mean Drowsy. Makes me wonder if Drowsy/Hypno was originally supposed to be a Poison type, and they just sort of forgot. So what did him was the crit? No, the crippling depression is what did it. Yeah, what are you doing with like a Kadabra? This isn't Saffron Gym. What are you doing with this? This is contraband, don't you know? Yeah, he doesn't even have any means of poisoning. I'm just gonna punch him. I'm just gonna punch him until he gives up. You and your frail body. Yeah, I don't know. Just in terms of all the psychic types in this game, Drowsy is the one I always find the most enigmatic. Just like, why are you here? In a game which has Alakazam, Starmie, Jinx, Mr. Mime, Mewtwo, you just have Drowsy here, just being the, I'm not sure if I should say that just yet. Just being the creepy one, I'll just say that much. It's the creepy one. I'd also appreciate if you didn't badly keep poisoning my, my Farfetch. It's funny that I haven't had to use very many of the, healing items that I bought at the start of the game. I would have thought I'd had to use more of them by now. Anyways. Hello. I also saw you the way the Ninja Master with Master Koga. Ninja have a long history of using aminals. Using in what way? I am very concerned, Edgar. And he even uses a whip as well. Is this Edgar from Final Fantasy VI, you reckon? Is this what he's been up to? I mean, I hope not. They have a psychic. Yeah, I can only imagine the Silco Tower incident is probably just going to be a massive cakewalk at this point, given what my team looks like. It's just like I'm gonna bump into Gary, and I'm just going to turn his Charizard inside out, and just like, what the fluff? How did you get so tough? Push-ups, sit-ups, and abusing game mechanics. Jinx just makes such quick work at this place. It's unreal. Some might even call it unfair. Alright, I guess we'll throw Nidoking in just for a couple rounds just to level him up. I could have sworn in the Game Boy Advance version the invisible walls were actually easier to spot. I think it's the whites. I think you can sort of tell with the white squares in the corners of each of the tiles. Master Code comes from a long line of ninjas. What do you descend from? Bunch of bimbos, probably. Yeah, this doesn't look. Oh, I can just thrash him, can't I? I can just thrash him. Perish. Oh no. Well, it was nice knowing you, Nidoking. Wow. You tanked that better than I could ever have anticipated. You've been holding out on me, sir. Oh, see, I feel as though, for me at the very least, Koga was always one of the easier gym leaders. Aside from even the first playthrough, I just had Venusaur, but, generally speaking, I always tend to find Koga quite easy. I guess it's just due to the fact the poison type just sucks. It's like, no wonder he had to, lend all these psychic types from Sabrina's gym. It was just to provide some form of challenge. You know, I could probably just stall you out, can't I? Here, get a load of this. See if you can survive another turn. Confusion at this level, you're losing your edge. I thought we were supposed to be getting into the big leagues now. There we go, Juggler's Shot. You're more skilled than I thought. Alright, let's leave with Mr. Mime, I think. Let's leave with Mr. Mime, because it's been a while since he's in any action. May as well just fight you now. A mere child like you dares to challenge me. The very idea makes me shiver with mirth. Very well, I shall show you the true power of... the true terror as a ninja master. Poison brings steady doom, sleep renders foes hopeless. Despair to the creeping horror of poison-type Pokemon. Well, I mean, I always did like Koga's design, though. I thought he always did look quite cool. Especially now, understanding Ninja Mains in 14. This is kind of a shame. Now I'm just imagining him with just the bunny jutsu on his head. This is like, damn it, my image is... my cool image is completely ruined by this bunny on my head. I don't know, I think it's... This is not up for debate, this has ruined me. Crit. Yeah, I kind of feel bad for Koga at this point. Mr. Mime's just really putting in the work. And he only has 3 moves. One of them being an attack. Imagine if it really was just this easy in the anime. All the gym fights would just be so boring, wouldn't they? It's like, oh hey, I used Psybeam 4 times and I went, oh, I actually got a bit of a challenge here. Level 43. That seems more like something I should be tackling at this level. Maybe. I mean, hopefully it doesn't blow up on me. That would be horrible. Oh no. Oh, that is the worst. Just like poison, just like getting knocked to 1 hit point and then into poison. That just sucks. Alright, I guess, I don't remember whether or not Weezing has Levitate. I guess we're about to find out. I mean, I can understand why it would have Levitate. Let's have a look-see. Does it have Levitate? Yes, it does. It's kind of weird, because you don't tend to see that coming into play now that it has Neutralizing Gas. You know, just, busy making Regigigas utterly terrifying. For once. Oh yeah, that's right. I can showcase off my cool new super move. Assuming I can actually hit the target. Get a load of that. Okay, that did a little bit less than I anticipated. Okay, time for Farfetch'd. I mean, I know I could have easily one-shot this with Mr. Mime, but I just wanted to give the rest of the team a chance. Speaking of which, Swords Dance. See if we can get that crit up. Key and I actually working for once. I knew it would come in handy event. Ooh, it actually has Toxic. Alright, come on, Farfetch. You can tank this. That's my... and, of course, he has a Hyper Potion. Why am I not surprised? Yeah, I think I'm just going to have to resort to using Mr. Mime for this. You tried your best, Farfetch, and that's what matters. Alright, you asked for it. I wanted to make this interesting, but fine, I'll just spam Psybeam the 4th time. What do you think of that? You have proven the worth. Here, take the pink badge. Now if you have the pink badge, the defense of your Pokemon rises, and also let you surf outside of battle. Oh yes, take this too. Got Toxic, which would be interesting to use on Nidoking, but I think I'm already set with regards to its moveset. Sealed within that TMO6 lies Toxic. It is a secret technique dating back some 400 years. It will surely terrorize foes. Yeah, well, Koga really seems to want to make himself look terrifying, don't he? Anyways, I think that's going to be all for now. I still have a fair bit of stuff to do off-stream, just in preparation for what comes next, but, hopefully, by the time we come around to, when I'm streaming this, whenever I decide to stream this, you know, maybe it'll be Sunday, maybe it'll be Saturday, who knows, at this point, probably Sunday. We shall probably be getting a glimpse of our 5th team member, and possibly our 6th. It's anybody's game at this point. Anyways, thank you for tuning into this, thank you for tuning into this super long Pokemon stream, and here's hoping that the next ones are going to be just as, enjoyable. Anyways, thank you all for tuning in. Take care. Bye for now.